adding or updating, how attack is entering from the organization point of view. So what level of the data exploitation attack will do. Okay, so these are all the ways. So it tool will do business impact analysis. Finally, some of the score will be generated. So even we have to do some of the manual analysis. If tool is giving wrong results, then we have to do our point of view also. That is called risk assessment. That we can discuss later. Next one, CVID. So CV full form is Common Vulnerability Exposure. Interior question, this one also. Common Vulnerability Exposure. What is Common Vulnerability Exposure meaning here? For every vulnerability, one of the dedicated unique number will be there. That unique number is called as CVID. Okay. For every vulnerability, one of the unique ID existing, and it will provide vulnerability name, description, solution, severity, and risk score. Nothing but CVS score. So similar to like our Aadhaar card, every person has unique ID number will be there, right? Same way, every vulnerability has one of the unique ID number will be there. That unique ID is called as common vulnerability ID. So that ID, what it will represent what is the vulnerability name is about, and what is the description of the vulnerability. So what is solution? What is the patch updates we have to do? And what is the CVSS score for that particular vulnerability, whether it is 10 or 8 or 7.5 and so on. And finally, it will give severity or risk score as well, critical or high or medium or lower informational. Example, I will go to one of the website name is called India Set. This one regularly you have to follow. So India Computer Emergency Response Team. So in our India government, this is a public sector basically, a government sector. In the government sector side, Supreme Court or a High Court or hospitals or maybe government hospital or police departments, any attacks are happening. So Indian government of computer emergency response team, they can go and they can do investigation. For that one, they are maintaining one of the website. That website is called as India Set, India Computer Emergency Response Team. So what this website contains basically, on the daily basis, what new attacks are happening. That may be all over the worldwide or across the universe or across the globe or maybe within the India itself. That is called India Set. Okay. Now you can see yesterday one of the attack it's happened. Set India vulnerability. IN means India. Vulnerability note CIVN. Because this is part of India, that is the reason they give CIVN. Okay. So basically we'll represent with CVE. 20230346. What is this vulnerability? Just click on this one now. It will give multiple vulnerabilities in Open VPN access server. So this vulnerability name, this vulnerability ID, CVID. So CVID contains always with, okay, so year. First CVE, after that year, after that dedicated number. So this vulnerability belongs to multiple vulnerabilities in Open VPN access server. Whatever Open VPN server we are using or anyone using, that contains some of the vulnerabilities. That is about the vulnerability name and severity and rating. You can see high. Nothing but maybe it is score is 8 to 10. Sorry, 6 to 8. Software affected. So which one is going to impact? Open VPN access server version prior to 2.12.2. Whoever using Open VPN server vulnerability version prior means previous versions. That means 2.12.2 prior means what? Maybe 0.1 or 0.2 or 1.0 or 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 and so on up to 2.12.1. So previous versions, prior means previous versions, right? Before versions otherwise. Those people are going to impact. So that is the affection or impact overview. So it will give now description. And also what is the attack is about? Multiple vulnerabilities have been reported in open access server, which could be exploited by attacker, execute remote code execution. Because of that reason, denial of service. Okay. So because of this particular, whoever using the versions from 0 to 2.12.1 in any Indian people are maybe in the across the globe, those people are going to impact. What attacker will do? Attacker will use remote code execution. That is what he will inject malware into end user system. Because of that reason, denial of service. Service is unavailable. So that VPN server will become unavailable. So that is about overview of this particular vulnerability. Now, for description, denial of service vulnerability because of that server. This is one of the attack will come, or information disclosure, data log leakage will be occurred. So that is of the two issues once again. Solution. Now, whoever using 0 to 2.12.1, what they have to do, apply appropriate updates as mentioned. Meaning here, they have to upgrade more than 2.12.2. Clear now? This is the way you have to do manual analysis of the vulnerability assessment. Understood or not? Every vulnerability report, whatever it is generated in the tool, you have to go and you have to analyze manual way. So this is one of the example I took it from Indian government website. So, but basically whatever report you generated using Nessus tool or VM tool, you have to analyze manual in this way. Just copy paste. We can go and we can see one more vulnerability. Example, I'm going to Google now. CVE 2021 44228. So this attack, it's happened in 2021. That attack number is 44228. Our vulnerability number is 44228. Now I'm giving enter. Now there are different types of databases. They provide the results. One is NVD database. Second one Apache. Third one is Mitre database. Next one Wikipedia. So next one is Microsoft. So in this similar, there are so many. This vulnerability is there in December 9th, 2021 because of this log4j. Log4j is from Apache Tomcat. That's why you can see Apache website here or Apache Software Foundation. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So now example, in the vulnerability report, I ran one of the server scan. In that vulnerability report, this particular vulnerability I received. Now what I have to do? Now I have to go and I have to do manual analysis about this particular vulnerability. Now I copy paste this vulnerability in the Google. Now I am going and I'm verifying what is the vulnerability is about, what is description and what is solution about this vulnerability. So this particular vulnerability, I am going now NVD database. It's one National Vulnerability Database, this full name. Apache log4j 2.0 beta 9 through 2.15. Okay. J&A feature used in configuration, log messages, and parameters do not protect against attack control LDAP. And also Java-based network query endpoints. An attacker who can control log messages, log messaging parameters can execute arbitrary code loaded from LDAP server when this message lookup substitution is enabled. From log4j 2.15, this behavior has been disabled by default. From version 2.16, this functionality has been completely removed. Note that this vulnerability is specific to log4j core, does not affect log4net, log4xxx, other Apache logging services projects. Now you can see what is score they given. What is score they given? Base score
10.
10.
10.
What is 10 meaning here? Critical.
Critical.
So as I said, yeah, critical. As I said, there are 3 different types of base CVS score versions. CVSS 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Latest one is 3.1. Okay. Now, so what is mean by this one? You should understand about all the description of the vulnerability. Meaning here, whoever is using log4j 2.0 to 2.15, everyone is going to so getting compromised. That is the meaning here. So Apache log4j 2.0 beta 9 through 2.15 excluding, that means 2.12.2, 2.12.3, 2.3.1, these people are not going to impact. In case in the organization whoever is in 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 up to 2.15, those customers are going to impact. Okay. So if we want to mitigate this particular one, what is the thing we have to do? We have to upgrade to 2.16 patch. Software file we have to upgrade. So that is the way how you should understand about vulnerability name and vulnerability description. And they are saying this is applicable to only log4j library only. This is not applicable to what Apache is supporting for other libraries. Those libraries are log4net, log4cxx, Apache logging services. Clear? So if you want, you can go and click about this one until you can understand about this particular attack. It's one of the famous attack, by the way. What is log4j attack? Otherwise, you can go back once again to Google and now click on Apache. So log4j is from Apache Tomcat. That is the vendor. So who is providing Apple iPhone? Which company? iPhone is who is providing? Who is the vendor? Who is the vendor of the iPhone?
Foxconn.
iPhone vendor. iPhone is belongs to which company, guys?
Apple phone.
Apple. Apple is a vendor. iPhone, MacBook, all these are Apple products. Clear? In the similar way, log4j is from Apache vendor. Same as it is. So you can go and you can read this one also. Okay, so what is mean by 24? Okay, what is one thing we are discussing now? 44228. So this is the one 44228. Click on this one now. What vendor is saying? Equal. So this is about 44228. JNDE lookup can be exploited to execute arbitrary code loaded from an LDAP server. LDAP is nothing but Active Directory, port number 389. Okay. So JND means Java Network Database, one of the query. Attacker will use one of the Java-based query or LDAP query to compromise backend logs. And CVS score is 10. Component affected by log4j. And versions are affected. These are the versions. Versions are fixed. You can see now. 2.3.1 is going to fix. 2.12.3 is going to fix. And 2.17 is going to fix. In case whoever is using in the organization Apache log4j version, okay, so these versions, those customers or those clients or those companies will get compromised. And what is the fixed version? This is solution now. If you are upgrading from these versions to either 2.3.1 or 2.12.3 or 2.17, then we can fix this particular issue and attacker cannot get compromised. That is the way. And what is description? So this description is we have to read about that particular attack, how the attack will do hacking part. Now, what is the fixed version? They given already. So mitigation, you can say upgrade to 2.3.1, 2.12.3 or 2.17. So that is basically CV 2021 44228. Every vulnerability can be represented with one of the unique ID. So that ID is called as a CVID. The CVID contains vulnerability name, vulnerability description, and CVSS score, severity. Okay. And what is the mitigation or solution? That's what I given the theoretical definition as well. Clear or not? Clear or not?
Oh, clear, sir.
Yeah, example CVE 2021. What is the 2021 issue here now? Log4j. Outdated. Log4j versions. Summary is this one. So J and E impacted versions are all these things we can see in the vulnerability report. There is no need to come. How to do manual analysis? I'm explaining now. All this is called manual analysis. Tool will give everything, but this is the way how to do manual analysis. Each and every vulnerability. Now you have to understand what are the versions are affected or impacted. So these are the versions. Now what server team has to do? What server has to do? They have to fix this one. What are the fixed versions? They have to upgrade either of these versions. So that is called basically sorted. This is one of the example. In that vulnerability report, how many vulnerabilities are there? Each and every vulnerability you should understand, and you have to do analysis. Most of the people will not do analysis. They will generate the report. They will dump into server team without validating also, because every vulnerability report contains so many vulnerability issues on the server side or application side. In the similar way, one more vulnerability, CVE. In India side, which one we discussed?
Indian.
2023 0346. 2023 024. This yesterday only this is updated by Indian government. 0346, sorry. Multiple, I'm not able to do copy paste also. They did not give that option. Multiple vulnerabilities in open VPN access server. 0346. Multiple vulnerabilities existing in open. Whoever is using open VPN, those people are going to impact. Okay, clear? So these are a couple of examples. Now, in the interview point of view, Log4j, when it's happened 2021, they don't expect this one long back, whatever it's happened. Recent vulnerabilities, whatever it is there in the news, that is important. So that means regularly you have to go to these websites and you have to see what are the vulnerabilities are there. Those one at least you have to remember to. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
In the interview point of view, okay, they will not ask long back it's whatever it's happened from past 1 month or past 2 months or past 6 months. What are the very famous attacks are there in the news or famous vulnerabilities are there in the news? That means regularly you have to visit these websites. Otherwise, you can follow my YouTube shorts. I'm updating all those updates regularly. You can make a note. That's fine. Your wish. Clear? Yeah. So that is about how to analyze the manual analysis of the vulnerabilities. Coming back now. Vulnerability databases. Who is maintaining these databases? Just now we have seen what are the different databases we have. What are the different databases we have? We have seen already in the Google.
Microsoft.
Okay, I'm going back now. NVD, it's one of the very popular data. It's from USA. NVD, National Vulnerability Database. They will maintain all the vulnerabilities list in their database. That's about website. Second one, what is the second one which we have seen? Mgt database. CVE Mgt. Next one, vendor database. Nothing but whoever vendor is there, those vendor database. Example, we have seen Apache Tomcat. In the similar way, Microsoft, Unix, all these. Okay. So these are the different types of databases related to every organization will maintain all these different, each and every vulnerability in their database. Even India set also. So that is about vulnerability database related to CVID. Next one. So frequency of the scans. Nothing but whether can we do server scan regularly? Can we do
No,
server
sir.
scan regularly? No, we
No,
can't
sir.
do regularly. So we have to do monthly scans. You can say in case if they'll ask, what is the frequency of the scans you are doing in our organization? In my organization, server scan we are doing monthly ones. Daily ones we should not do. Why? Because daily ones you are doing, example take ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank or SBI Bank or maybe Rapido or Swiggy or Zomato or Uber or Ola or PhonePe or Google Pay. All these applications are hosted on top of the server. Regularly, if you are doing this backend servers, whether these applications will work properly. Example, so some of the person is doing the scanning now in PhonePe backend server, web server. Can I able to access now PhonePe application? No. So it will not, it will break the respective connectivity. So that is the reason these scans also we have to do night time or weekends, maintenance window. Okay, monthly scans we are doing. And when we have to do scan, when we have to do scans, non-business hours meaning here. So when the users are not accessing that one, example night or weekend, so that nobody get impact. And we have to inform to them also. After taking the approval from server owner, then only we have to do scanning part. Okay, so that is about okay when we have to do scanning part. Next one is ordering benchmark. Okay, before going to that one, I will give a couple of other things also. Schedule scans. Types of schedule scans. Schedule scan types. Schedule scan types meaning here when what is meant by types here? What are different types of schedule scans we have? One is on-demand scan. Okay, on-demand meaning here whenever we need. Example, now itself I want to do scanning. That is called on-demand. Okay. So whenever it is required, instead of monthly, maybe today one of the Windows server is creating one of the server. He wants to verify is there any vulnerabilities are existing or not. They will inform to us. Now we have to do scanning part and we have to inform to them. Okay, so what are vulnerabilities identified? Okay, so that is called on demand. Whenever it is required, is called as on demand. Second one, scheduled one. Date and time. Schedule using date and time. So example, every month, first date, I want to do scanning part. So in such a way, I will give December 1st, 2023, January 1st, 2024, February 1st, 2024, and so on. So every month first date automatically scan will complete. We no need to do that manual way. Once we are giving the date, automatically the scans will come monthly and reports will be completed and scan will be completed and reports will come through email to us. Okay, it's automated scans. Scheduled scans, this is also called automated or automated. This is also called ad hoc. There are three names: scheduled or automated or ad hoc. What about this one now? On demand is called as automated or manual? Automated or manual? Manual, yes. This is a manual scans. So these are the different types of scans. Now, once scan is completed, how the reports will come to us? Reports generation, how it will come to us? How it will come to us? First one is through email. So because we have to integrate our email, sock@tcs.com or okay, so vulnerability@tcs.com, vulnerability team@tcs, whatever team name is there, and whoever is a part of vulnerability management team, everybody will receive that entire group list or distributed list name we have to give through email. Otherwise, what we can do? One is through email that reports will come. Those reports in the format of PDF format, CSV format, HTML format, or XML format. These are the different types of formats. Which one is better for us? PDF and CSV. CSV we have to convert to Excel. So that one is through email. Second one, how we can generate the report second way? Second way, directly tool. Log into tool, log into BM tool, and generate the reports. These are the two ways. Okay. So that is about report generation. Now, how much time it will take to do server scan? If you want to scan one server, how much time it will take? One server scan, it will take approximate 6 to 10 minutes. Okay. One server, I'll put it here. One server, 6 to 10 minutes on an average. It depends basically once again. Maybe 100 servers, it will take 1 hour. It's neither 60 minutes. Maybe 1000 servers, it will take 4 hours. Entire data center servers, meaning here, or entire data center means all the firewalls, proxy, printers, laptop, MacBook, workstation. If you want to scan entire network discovery, it will take 24 hours also or 48 hours.